We've all heard about how smoking is bad for your health, and so is not getting enough sleep. But what about spicy snacks?
This mother has a warning.
When my daughter had this surgery, I knew I had to tell everybody about it.
Renee Craighead says the doctor told her hot chips were behind her 17-year-old daughter's stomach problem.
Every time I go out, bring me back some hot toddies, bring me back some hot chips, and me, because I want to make her happy, I brought them back, and she was eating big bags.
That soon led to surgery and her gallbladder removed.
We do see tons of gastritis and ulcer-related stuff to it. So
related to these kind of snacks?
Absolutely. We probably see 100 kids a month easily.
Gastritis is an inflammation, erosion, or irritation of stomach lining. Symptoms include bloating, burning, vomiting, and sometimes it can lead to ulcers. The red coloring also raises red flags.
What they're worried about is that that's blood in the stool.
Doctors have plenty of warnings about these spicy snacks, but get this, there's not even a warning on the bag that says these chips can be harmful to your health.
These are 3 foods that are allowed in the US but banned in other countries. Part 2. First up is instant mashed potatoes. This is banned in Japan, Australia, and the EU. Instant mashed potatoes contains BHA, which is a food preservative linked to allergies, endocrine disruption, and cancer. Next is Ritz crackers. These are banned in Switzerland, Iceland, Norway, and Denmark. These contain partially hydrogenated cottonseed oil, which contains trans fats and has been linked to cancer. Last is drumstick ice cream. This is banned in the EU. This contains carrageenan, which is a thickening agent, and it's been linked to gut inflammation and cancer. So make sure to avoid these foods and let me know if you guys want a part 3. These are 3 foods that are allowed in the US but banned in other countries. Okay, first up is Fruit Loops. This is banned in France, Austria, Norway, and Finland. Fruit Loops contains food dyes such as Yellow 5 and Red 40, which are derived from petroleum and linked to cancer. Next up is Mountain Dew. This is banned in the EU and Japan. Mountain Dew contains bromine, which is a super toxic chemical that's been linked to organ damage, schizophrenia, birth defects, and cancer. Last, we have milk made with bovine growth hormone, which has been banned in Canada, New Zealand, Australia, Japan, and the EU. Bovine growth hormone is a synthetic chemical given to cows to boost milk production, and it's been linked to infertility and cancer. If you're living in the US, you can assume that all milk has this unless it's specifically stated otherwise. So make sure to avoid these foods and let me know if you guys want a part 2.
These foods I would never eat, and here's why. The standard American diet consists of this right here. All fake foods, all processed foods, and this is what they sell us at fast food restaurants and even regular restaurants. Foods that are harming our bodies. Here is the chart for the American diet. And look at this, at 53% is processed foods. This is what's harming our bodies right here. Foods like this. Food we are being served are acidic foods. And this is only a little list. If you want to know what parts of the body are being harmed from acidic foods, there's a whole list right here. It's literally so much. United States isn't even top 30 or 40 for life expectancy. Legit at 46. But we're supposed to be the best country in the world. This is why it's so important to watch what you eat. It's not all about eating foods that taste good to you. It's about eating foods that make your body feel good. Because once you make that switch, start eating healthier foods, start caring about your health, I'm telling you this right now, you'll feel much better. You'll probably never get sick again. Because foods like this get you sick.
So here it is, the list of the 12 bad foods that I don't want anyone to look at, let alone eat. Are you ready? By the way, this is the last time that you will like me. Wheat, barley, rye, oats. That's right, whole grains. Wheat, barley, rye, and oats. Bad dog, no biscuit. Oil in a bottle, fried food. Meat cooked well done. Meat that has nitrates added as preservatives. The skins of baked potatoes, yams, sweet potatoes, a carbonated beverage with a meal. Carbonated beverages with a meal, I don't care if it's Perrier, sparkling water, beer, club soda, or champagne. If it has bubbles in it, do not drink it with a meal. Soy and corn. That's right, soy and corn. These foods are bad. Bad for the human body. And if you eat these foods, it's only a matter of time until the net negative effects that they generate in your body add up and something breaks. Very much like the straws that broke the camel's back. If you unwittingly consume food that's hurting your body every single day, it's only a matter of time until something goes wrong.
Since a lot of people in the US have zero nutritional awareness, I'm going to do a part 4 on top 5 foods you should never consume. Starting off at number 1, we've got Takis. If you take a look here, the second ingredient is vegetable oils and it contains soybean, canola, and down here again you see soybean oil. Also it contains food dyes, which we know are contaminated with carcinogens and cancer-causing substances. Number 2, we've got Hidden Valley Ranch. If we take a look at the ingredients, the first ingredient is vegetable oil. Vegetable oil is high in linoleic acid, which has been linked to many health issues, including heart disease, diabetes, obesity, and asthma. Number 3, we've got Flamin' Hot Cheetos. Not only do these contain vegetable oils and food dyes, but it also contains corn syrup, which has been shown to cause inflammation, which is associated with increased risk of obesity, diabetes, heart disease, and cancer. Number 4, we've got jelly beans. Jelly beans contain titanium dioxide, which is actually banned across Europe. And number 5, we got Captain Crunch. Not only does it contain food dyes, but it contains BHT, which is an endocrine disruptor and it can affect testosterone levels and sperm quality. Since a lot of people in the US have zero nutritional awareness, I'm going to share with you the top 5 foods you should never consume. Starting off at number 1, we got Reese's ice cream cake. If we take a look at the ingredients here, we can see that it has tons of ingredients, which is usually not a good sign. It's loaded with food dyes and seed oils. Seed oils that cause inflammation in the body and food dyes that are linked to behavioral issues. For number 2, we got Airheads Bites. Airheads are also loaded with food dyes and many artificial sweeteners, which have been linked to a higher risk of stroke, heart disease, and death overall. For number 3, we got Bagel Bites. Bagel Bites are loaded with seed oils and nitrates. The problem with nitrates is they can affect how our blood carries oxygen. For number 4, we got Cool Ranch Doritos. Again, we see many different food dyes and vegetable oils. No good. And number 5, we got Earth Balance butter. The problem with Earth Balance is they pose as real butter when in fact all they are is just seed oils. I want you guys to take this video with a grain of salt, but really be aware of what's in the foods you're consuming.
I was thinking, family, here are 5 foods right now that you're eating that are damaging your kidneys. Number 1 is going to be these dark sodas. They are full of sugar and also full of phosphorus. Too much phosphorus can damage the kidneys. Number 2 is going to be canned foods. You know, when they put food in cans, to preserve it, they have to use a lot of salt. So usually these things are full of sodium. No bueno for the kidneys. Number 3 is going to be the processed meats, like the hot dogs, the lunch meat, the bacon, the pepperoni. All of this stuff right there is just too much salt, too much sodium, totally no good for your kidneys at all. Number 4 is going to be the frozen foods. All of these frozen meals are so full of salt. If you don't believe me, go ahead, look at the back of the packages and read the sodium content. This is how they have to preserve it once again. Frozen meals, no good. And last but not least, a hood favorite is the ramen noodles. Everybody eat these things, and we know these things are loaded, double loaded with salt. Okay, we got to stop this. All of this stuff is causing kidney damage. We need to leave it alone right now. Peace and love, y'all. Gangsta Holistic.
5 foods that could kill your dog. 1. Chocolate. Chocolate contains theobromine, which is toxic to dogs. The darker the chocolate, the more dangerous it is. 2. Grapes and raisins. Grapes and raisins can cause kidney failure in dogs. Even small amounts can be toxic and cause them to vomit, become lethargic, and get dehydrated. 3. Onions and garlic. Onions and garlic contain thiosulfates that can damage a dog's red blood cells, leading to anemia. 4. Macadamia nuts. These nuts are toxic to dogs and can cause symptoms such as vomiting, weakness, tremors, and hyperthermia. The exact toxin responsible for these effects is still unknown. 5. Xylitol. Xylitol is a sugar substitute commonly found in gum, candy, and other sugar-free products. It can cause insulin release, leading to low blood sugar in dogs.
The 5 worst breakfast foods for your health. Number 1, cereal. Everyone's favorite go-to. Cheap, convenient, easy, but I don't care if it's a bowl of Frosted Flakes or Nutri-Grain. It all just turns to sugar, which is just gonna crash your energy and leave you hungry for more. Number 2, orange juice. Sounds healthy, right? Think again. You may as well just be drinking a glass of sugar. Just eat your fruit instead. Number 3, iced coffee. Again, loaded with sugar, and it comes with a crazy amount of calories. And when you combine the sugar and caffeine, you're gonna be on this huge high, followed by a massive crash and burn, which is why you keep going back for more. more. Caffeine addiction, anyone? Number 4, donuts and danishes. Do I really have to explain this one? Just use your common sense. And number 5, hash browns. Anytime you combine carbs and inflammatory fats, you're gonna have a bad time. Not the best way to start your day, in my opinion. I hope this helps.
I know you guys have very strong opinions on this, which is why I'm going to ask you. What do you think the major things plaguing our community are and like depriving us from truly living well?
What's really destroying our society, Tip, is the food. Fast food, junk food, commercials. Right after the Breakfast Club, a lot of people transitions over to a plant-based diet.
Yeah.
But then, poof, Popeye's chicken sandwich went crazy. So when I saw this and people posting this sandwich, and I'm looking at this, we're still behind, because that sandwich doesn't have any nutritional value.
Right.
So why would you want to waste your money on something like that? It's very detrimental, it's acidic, and it's not good for our biological makeup. So why destroy your temple with that poison?
I mean, I concur.